Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chun, and I'm here with the absolute last show of season 2 of the Never Ever Mets. So we're gonna find some behind the scene footage. We're gonna see who actually left together, stayed together. So let's get into it. So they showed the ladies first, and they were not excited about seeing the men, right? They were a little nervous, especially Charlie. When the man came out, it seems like the only one that was really nervous was Clay. Because I think Clay might have told the biggest lies for the men this season. So when Irvin sat down, he spoke to Alicia. From what we see, she did not speak back. He was really smitten with her, right? He really thought she was pretty. They had been talking for 5 months. And it's amazing. And I'm not just talking about Alicia, I'm talking about a male or a female. How a perception of someone can change once you showed them who you really are, right? Because he was all about her until she started just kind of picking him apart. Alicia wasn't my favorite, and he got to the point that he just detests her, right? Until he said that he was going to leave. So they were the first to leave. Alicia, her blonde streak is getting on my nerves, and Jay and I have the same energy for her because she is so extra. Her disposition and her demeanor is so nasty, right? And then Taronda talked to her about how she could have been misleading. She said that she wasn't feeling safe with Irving, so Irving did the right thing and got up and left, but then she called him back. Right? And Toronto was like, can you see how that could be misleading? She did take accountability for that. She said that was her fault and she should not have done that. And then she said he was aggressive, so she had to switch that because Toronto was like, maybe he just didn't know. She said, you're right. So it was just a lot of assumptions with her, and I'm just glad this is over. So now we're on to Tatiana and Clay. Tatiana said her expectations was to come, have a good time, and be booed up, and maybe leave with somebody. But Clay just told so many lies, and both of them ended up leaving. So Clay said his expectations for coming was to grow, and he said that he grew and he learned things from Tatiana, and he doesn't have anything bad to say about Tatiana, but he does want to take up for his friend who came and jumped in his arms, and Clay feels like the hug was not that serious. But it was that serious, because it was too much. Child, then Chris chimes in and says, you gotta handle Tati a different way. She's a delicate, soft kind of woman. And Tati talking about period. Now Clay sitting over here feeling a certain kind of way, because he feels like Chris is trying to get at Tati. We'll see. Child, she said that Clay was the drama in the house, right? Because everybody in the house knew what was going on except for her. And it just blew out of proportion when it came to her. And then when she was asked if she dated anybody, she said she has a roster. Clay said that he has a girlfriend. And then Tati bust him out about that. Tati said she was asking him, did he have a girlfriend? And he's like, I don't know how to answer that. And Toronto's like, Clay, you still lying? What you mean? You sat here on this stage and said, yes, you got a girlfriend. But when Tati asked you face to face, you tell me you don't know how to answer that. Now, I'm sure whoever's watching tonight, she gonna need a different answer. Clay is the worst to me. So the next couple they want to talk about is the next couple that had gone home early, and that's Britney and Tai. And we're not going to waste a lot of time on this. She did not like him. She talked about he had smacked her on the bottom and it made her teeth clatter. Then she was talking about he kissed her and it was more of a kiss than she wanted to have. He didn't ask permission to kiss her. And it was a lot. And then her and Jay got into it because Jay cannot with Britney. Because Jay said that she couldn't with Britney on day one because she passed right by her without speaking to go right to Sinko. And Sinko is Jay's man. I think she had a little crush on Sinko, but Jay was not having it. So Britney said that she and Ty had talked about her boundaries and he kept crossing them. He was like, he wanted to receive what he was giving her and it was not reciprocated. And she was like, well, I earned your clothes. And he was like, I'm a grown man, I can earn my clothes. But that was a nice thing to do. And then she mentioned massages, and he demonstrated how she massaged him, and it wasn't that, right? Tai is a little silly. I'm sorry. Tai is very silly, and I can see how Britney could be annoyed by him because he annoyed me. But he is a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? He didn't deserve to be treated like that. He didn't deserve to be standing in a room and her paying attention to everybody else but him, because that's exactly what happened. So you know they always play games in the house. So Taronda had a couple of questions. So they played a reunion game. Who was the peacemaker that managed to keep things calm in the house? So everybody voted for Sinko. He got 7 votes. So the next game was, if you could do it over and you could switch partners, who would you pick? Chris picked Tatiana. Tatiana picked Chris. Kiki picked Chris. And I think Alexis picked Brandon. And who else? And during that time, hold on, Clay felt a certain kind of way because Chris picked Tatiana and Tatiana picked Chris. Then the last question was, who was hitting on someone else's partner after they left? Come to find out, Brandon is talking to Charlie, and Charlie is talking to Brandon. And Jerry has a sign up that says, I don't know, but I want to know. Now he looking crazy, but he's like, it's okay, it's cool. And Charlie's like, I don't care, but you know, Jerry said that it's just somebody waiting on their turn, right? Apparently these two, Brandon and Charlie, make waffles together in the morning and have conversations. Charlie needs somebody that will be nice to her, because Jared, he needs to get on the ship to Kyrgyzstan. A miss. So Jay and Sinko was my couple to make it. They did make it. We come to find out that he visits once a month, right? They did have a little rocky moment because there was a game, and the game was, one of the questions was, have you ever slept with 2 people in one night? She said yes. He took offense. But today on this show, he says, you know, that happened back then. Me and her together, and we're going forward. So her family loves him. Her son loves him. And he's only going to be able to be here for a little bit, because Sinko is about to get ready to leave so he can do tryouts, and he will be playing basketball if he's chosen overseas in Asia. Now, what does that mean for him and Jay? Jay was like, nope, I won't be going to Asia. She's thinking about her son, but somehow I think that these two would figure it out. I really like them together. I think they look good together. And it was so sweet how he kissed her when he left. And this is still my couple to make it all the way through. It's something about Chris. I don't know what it is, but he said he's not real big on Bang Bang because he didn't want to be looked at as a piece of meat. And if he had gone to the boom boom room with Alexis, then she would have gone back to the girls and say she got him, right? And then come to find out, he sent her an eggplant photo. And then Taronda said, so y'all were never intimate. So then they were like, were you all intimate? She said no. Chris said, excuse me? And then Kiki said she came around the corner and they were in their birthday suits and it was going down. Not the full out bang bang, but just the little extra parts of it. So she didn't get everything she wanted, but she got a little bit. So needless to say, they are not together, right? And then Alexis says, I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to leave that to Tati. Then Clay been over there in his feelings, like, if you say bang bang is not important to you, then why would you say if you could switch partners, you would get Tati? Right? He was like, man, that's still on your mind? And like Jay said, it don't matter. You got a girlfriend. Why do you even care? Let's keep going. Brandon told Kiki if she had told him earlier that she was still in a relationship with her ex, they would have been done earlier. And she was like, she really wasn't ready to be done with her ex. So maybe that's where she is now because Brandon is on to Charlie. This thing right here told Charlie that good bang bang checks a lot of boxes. So that's why he hung around to have a good time. Charlie said she just wanted somebody for her because she got her kids. She got a house and she makes good money, right? She just needs somebody for her. And when he asked her would she have come to South Carolina, kids and all, she said she couldn't take her kids. And he said exactly. He said so it was doomed from the beginning. And he was just there for a good time. He gaslit her to the end of the episode. It was good. It's your girl Millie Chine. Bye, y'all.